to the KDFL Dynasty Football Podcast. It's the Dynasty Podcast with the league to follow along with. I'm Brett Still, and we got the whole crew here this week. We have the beautiful Jonathan Detroit Haynes.
Yo, yo, yo. Thanks for calling me beautiful.
Also joining us, the zenful Matt Smith.
What's up, everyone?
All right. Here's what happened right there behind the scenes. I was going to Matt first, and I realized I usually go to Detroit first, so he got the beautiful tag. Well,
we're off to a great start.
Thinking on the feet. Yeah, we're off and running. All right, boys. It was another somewhat exciting week in the NFL and the KDFL. It's the Thanksgiving week games, and no other tradition looms larger than your Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving. We have a little bit of an upset as they fall to the Packers. Detroit, I'm just going to give it to you. This was your time in the sun. You're finally your dominant Lions hosting the game on Thanksgiving against an inferior opponent. What happened, my man?
This is the first Thanksgiving in a while that I went into it like, all right, we're going to win this game. We got this. Packers are nothing. Jordan Love, he's looked good maybe once all year, maybe twice. I just thought, all right, we're going to go in and steamroll them. No, like you said, it's an annual Thanksgiving tradition. The Lions just choke. It was awful. The defense was terrible. Offense was awful. I'm starting to be really concerned about that defense. They're not stopping anybody. And when the offense turns the ball over 4 times, and I think they had at least 4, they went for it on 4th down and didn't get it. Maybe 4 times. So I usually call those like turnovers too. So it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. I'm sure if we had the Renegades owner on here, he might even tell you it was not a good game.
It gets real bad. That's when you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing with the
cranky, were you just cranky and angry all day at Thanksgiving with the family?
No, not really. Not really.
It's because they still have a healthy lead in the North.
Yeah. I was disappointed, but I also was looking forward to Saturday's matchup in Ann Arbor. So
yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
I had that to look forward to.
The only main frustrating, this is the main frustrating thing with the bad defense is you're never going to put a team away. Like they're always going to be in it. It feels like, lead feels safe. You can't just, relax.
Yeah.
So
it's terrible. The offense doesn't worry me. Yes, they had a bad game, but they still had over 400 and some yards of offense.
Right.
But they almost have to play perfect now, it seems like. That's never good.
Look, Brian Branch is coming around. Don't worry, buddy. Future Hall of Famer, Brian Branch. He did have a good game. So, also a theme of this episode, there's not going to be there wasn't a ton to dive into fantasy-wise. We're going to have some discussions around things, but it was some pretty ugly football for the majority of the week, which let me just do a soapbox real quick because there was ugly football. I am happy to see these scores come back down to earth. I know the unders are I think the primetime unders are over 70%, which is insane this season so far. I want to say like 72, 73%. So that has been quite the difference from what we've been seeing, which usually a scoring bonanza. But I like to see it. I like to see the league kind of reverting back to, I don't know if it's sloppy offense or better defense, but
I was going to say, I don't think it's better defense. It's just a sloppy year, sloppy season.
Yeah, there's been some bad football out there.
And, it's not helping with that. Your boy, Thomas, getting on, running his mouth. Tom Brady talking about how the football looks worse now. I love that Alex Smith just took on. Did you see the Alex Smith clip?
I did.
He has Brewski and Moss right there, and then he talks about the teams and everything, and then he talks about how it was the weakest division in history with Rex Ryan right there.
Yeah, that was funny, but I don't even think that's what Brady was referring to. He was just talking about fundamentals. He wasn't really saying that these aren't better. He was
focusing on the development of players.
Yeah, but
which we talked about that.
Sounds like the old man complaining about the new stuff. I get it.
Right. I mean, he has a point. It's just it's not the source you want making that point, I guess is the big argument. The Cowboys and Niners dominate. Now, the one thing I will take away from this is when we've talked about is a mandatory topic on the show every week, it feels like when we talk about Mr. Purdy, this was the fear. Not that he's going to play bad. Not that, I mean, I think he's pretty much solidified for the most part that he is going to be, somewhat consistent, but you will have these games where he's not needed at all. And it'll hurt your fantasy production pretty substantially with that defense like it is. The defense is dominant as it is, and the running game. So, I mean, that was my main takeaway from Thursday was just this was kind of the worry. You run in and if you need Purdy in a clutch moment, the Niners might not need him like your fantasy team does.
Yeah. This Sunday would be interesting though. That's what I want to see.
This Sunday. We're gonna when we wrap up what we're talking about, we're pretty much just gonna focus on this Sunday. It's the biggest game of the year so far, and see what our thoughts are on that. Friday night was a terrible football game with the Dolphins and the Jets. My question to you guys: should either Salah or my hero Joe Douglas pay the iron price after this season?
I mean, they haven't done anything to prove that they should be there.
That's
so. I mean, if other coaches are getting fired, I don't know why they get to keep their job.
Yeah, this is their third season, right?
He's
yes.
Is a 40-year-old QB really supposed to be making your team that much better? I know it's Aaron Rodgers, but they seem like they should get fired.
It seems like they would be doing it by doing whatever he says to do, which isn't exactly like, taking the job by the reins.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, quarterback makes a huge difference, but we all thought that this team was like a lot better. And I didn't see them falling off this bad. But I don't know. That's great analyst, I know. Sorry.
It was very good. I don't know why does Trevor Siemian not have an arm? I don't think so either. But why does Trevor Siemian not have an arm at all? Why is this? Why is he not? Can we not get a look at him? Like he's got to be. He can't. We said Boyle couldn't be worse. Boyle may have been worse.
They should have just kept Zach Wilson in. There was no reason. Boyle was absolutely awful.
Right. I don't understand. Yeah. I mean, that's Rodgers thing too. Tim Boyle.
I know they got blown out, but just when you see a box score and you see they only ran the ball 10 times, that's just funny.
Yeah.
for 29 yards.
Just let old Brees rest for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Rest up for next year.
It's right. It's right. All right. Let's go to the White Clocks. And Matt Smith, you see me decked out in it. My beautiful Falcons throwbacks. Let's get it out of the way. The Falcons get their biggest win of the season versus the Saints. Now, the only thing let you off the hook a little bit. Saints ended up having nobody. I mean, nobody to throw to. A.T. Perry's out there getting primary routes. I mean, Olave goes down. Shaheed goes down. Lynn Bowden Jr., who I didn't even know was on this team, sadly enough, the old great Raiders-Dolphins trade back in that draft. Mr. Swiss Army knife. I didn't even know he was still around. He was getting quality looks, and then he goes down. Michael Thomas was already out. Lattimore was already out. This team, this isn't the full team.
It's funny hearing somebody that actually watched the game. Like, that's somebody's take that watched the game. Normally you just hear a bunch of jackasses talk about games that don't watch any of it. And they say, oh, Derek Carr sucks. I'm a smart guy. Derek Carr sucks. That's why, I mean, he had that bad pick six. It's very hard to defend him. It's very hard to defend him right now. And then in press conference, I don't know, he was saying that the defense, who got the pick six, he was saying the guy made a great play and it wasn't expected. And I guess the coaching staff said the same thing. But
Yeah.
It was pick six, and that probably decided the game early on because of the same score right there. Who
10
knows what would
nothing.
happen?
It's 10-0 the
Yeah.
same score right there, and we're in problems because one thing Mr. Ritter is not is a comeback machine as far as like big deficits. Real quick, we'll hit on Bijan. 2 TDs, 1 receiving, 1 running. He got the increased usage that we're wanting to see. We have to, but Algier looked amazing as well. This team ran for over 220 yards. Even Patterson looked solid. So hopefully, I mean, I put up the remaining schedule for the Saints and the Falcons. I could see the Saints only being dogs in 2 games maybe left, maybe only 1 being the Lions game. This upcoming week, the Falcons, they're not going to be out. Neither team is going to be outside a 3.5 point dog the rest of the season. Maybe not even outside of a 3 point dog the rest of the season. But it's these 2 teams, so I feel like someone's going 3-3 in these games at least. Like they both may go 3-3. Like it's just a weird year. It's the NFC South's turn to be terrible. Here's my question for you guys. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. If you were in my shoes, who would you want realistic? Give me realistic options to be the Falcons quarterback next season.
I think you sold me on.
You want me to list out the realistic options in my head?
I mean, I think you've sold me on Kyler Murray or Justin Fields.
Those are the 2 that are. Kyler Murray is the heavy price tag and the picks. Like you're giving up picks. I have this thought. I think you'll be able to get Fields for the pick we get from the Jags. Because if Ridley does resign and we get the second, I think they would trade Fields for a second. If they get Caleb, if they get one of the top 2
draft.
guys.
I don't know that they're.
Well, they could just go Marvin Harris, but Fields
I'm not convinced
you have to
rid
take
of
the risk.
Fields.
Yeah, but you have to take the risk if you're up there. You can't.
To get rid of Fields? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I think you have to take one of the 2 if you're up there.
Or you get Marvin Harrison.
I know, but still, I think, dude, the egg on your face. If you for a wide receiver, I know it's Harrison. He can't miss, but
I don't know, man. It just depends. I'm not a big Fields guy. Like he could cause problems with his legs, but.
So basically, I have 5 options in my head. You pay up the heavy price tag versus salary cap and picks wise for Kyler. That's assuming that the Cardinals are even in a position to do this. You take a player in the draft, you keep Ritter, you go Fields, or you go, God bless it, like a Tannehill.
No. I think I'm just starting over with a rookie quarterback.
I mean, I would not keep Ritter. That'd be the last thing that I would want to do.
Oh, it's he's not last.
Oh, I wouldn't want Tannehill either. So
he threw one absolutely great ball and one in another. The interception in the red zone wasn't. I mean, it was a miscommunication, wrong route. The interception along the sideline was one of the worst balls I've seen this year. It was pretty terrible.
Brett, I don't think you want Fields, man, because you already have a quarterback that fumbles all the time.
Oh no, but he just looks when Fields looks on, it looks beautiful. But I know what you're saying.
I agree with you.
Atlanta boy, like they will love him there.
But yeah, he probably would work out better in Atlanta, but I don't know. I'm still not a believer.
I'm calling my shot early as far as in the draft. If we do go that way, I'm liking Jaden Daniels, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing. The LSU quarterback. I don't know about Penix. Like Penix is in that range as well. Bo Nix, like we talked about, can't sell me on that right now. But I don't want to spoil Matt's player if it's one of them, so I'm just going to keep it rolling. But yeah, I just always we always talk about it from our own perspectives, like what we want. I wanted to see somebody else, a person not the fan of the team, see who they might want. Who, if you were me, who do you think I should want? Let's go on. The Steelers get the win over the beaten down Bengals. Matt Canada is out. The Steelers finally go over 400 yards in offense. What do we think? Do we think that they'll keep this up? Pickett's still not a great, I mean, by no means a great game. I mean, he looked better. but he throws for 278, and that's it. No touchdowns.
Half of it was the Fryermuth.
Yeah, Fryermuth looked good, but that's also the Bengals are this year remarkably bad against tight end. So
I think the Steelers are still terrible. Their record is ridiculous.
And they might make the playoffs.
Oh, I think they're almost in. Like, no, not almost in. I know we got games to go, but they are set up pretty nice for the end of season run, especially with the Bengals and Browns both lost their quarterbacks. So,
yep.
What else do I have?
Yeah.
I don't.
They're 5th right now. Yeah.
They made over the Bills. Crazy.
We got more on the Bills coming as well. Frank Reich fired. I have this with the Titans and Panthers. Is there an established name that you guys think would take this head coaching job? I'm even counting Ben Johnson as an established name, in the circles. Is there an established name that would take this head coaching job right now with this owner that seems I had somebody explain it. They looked awful. I mean, the record is terrible and they looked awful. But do you think if they look okay and they're 3-9 right now that he's still not fired? I think he still might be.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, there's only so many head coaching jobs, so
yeah, anybody would go there. It's an NFL head coaching job, and you get millions of dollars every year guaranteed. I don't think they're having any issues bringing in a head coach.
I honestly don't even know who the head. I mean, besides Ben Johnson, because we always talk about Ben Johnson. I don't even know
the Eagles OC. The Eagles OC and the Texans OC are the other two.
Yeah.
You know what the Eagles OC's name is? I knew it, but I looked it up and I forgot it.
I have no clue.
Oh, it's Brian Johnson.
What?
It's
nice. Nice. I can already hear the Dobermans yelling at us.
Yeah, it's used to that. But yeah, it's Brian Johnson and then the Texans OC. I know these names, but then I don't. Bobby Slovic, I think is how you say it. Because obviously he's getting a lot of love for how Stroud's looked. So let's roll right to that game. The Jags beat the Texans on a last-second missed field goal from 60 yards. I feel like it's very rare that you see it hit the top of the actual crossbar and come back.
Yeah, it was deep too. I mean, deep. The Jags shouldn't have been that close at all. Jags were beating them pretty good. I don't know if y'all saw at halftime. They went for it at halftime on the 1 yard line, missed it. Mm-hmm. They would have been up 2 possessions. They did not get it. I
hated that call too.
That's what we talked about in the game. Matt wasn't in the chat with us, but we talked about. We said we'd like to go for 2 right there, or I'm sorry, we'd like to go up 2 scores right there, or just don't pitch it to the outside.
And then the refs were just bad in general for both sides in that game. But I mean, the Jags looked pretty good. Like besides towards the end, the Jags were. I mean, they were up the whole game pretty much. They looked really good. Trevor looked really good. There's 1 pick. Terrible call by the refs. But yeah, Jags are fighting for that 1 seed. The AFC.
Yeah.
Like somebody predicted at the beginning of this podcast.
Yeah, must have been me.
Absolutely humongous game. Coming, well, not this week, but the week after with the Ravens.
Yeah. Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. Is it Bengals then Ravens back to back?
I think it's Bengals, Browns, Ravens.
Okay. Yeah, because they wouldn't be at home like that. Let me get it.
Know this.
Man,
Bengals, Browns,
season
Ravens.
Ticket holder the daggone schedule.
Bengals, Browns, Ravens.
Okay, I didn't think it'd be back-to-back home games in prime time.
It should be the Bengals Monday night.
Yeah.
Browns, they should beat. Could be 10-3, 10-3 teams facing each other. Sunday Night Football.
I thought you were getting the Ravens off the bye, but that's not going to be the case. So that's at least a little better. All right. The only thing I have from
at the Bucs Christmas Eve. Let's go.
That's right. I'm always down to go get Wiley Raymond James for the visiting team. I'm always down
Christmas
for that.
Eve.
Yep.
Yes,
Another thing I got.
You're going to a game on Christmas
No,
Eve?
no, we're not going.
No.
It's at
okay.
Tampa Bay. It's in Tampa Bay.
They're in Tampa.
Okay.
The
A
Jags.
nice middle point for us.
We can do it. Only other thing I got, Matt. Are you getting
let's
nervous?
get your wives on the podcast right now and ask them about it.
Hey, yeah, that's a fair point. Another thing I got for you, Matt, Mr. Jalen Hyatt, 5 catches for 109 yards. He's coming out. That was the only thing I took away from that game. It was such an awful, awful game. I don't know where we're at on our bet now because Wandale was one catch for 8 yarding me to death. It was that.
I don't think we were expecting a Tommy DeVito on this this bet that we had either. So.
Hyatt's making this man. All right. Let's flip it to the 4 p.m.s. First, there was 2 games that were absolutely pretty terrible. The Browns and the Browns and Broncos was pretty bad. There's not a lot from a fantasy perspective with that. Chiefs and Raiders. The Raiders started off hot, got up 14-0, and then it just kind of fell back into the Chiefs' hands. Is there any strong takeaways from that game, Matt, that you have?
No, just that Antonio Pierce is starting to the love affair of him's going away a little bit. He was conservative. They were up 7-0, kicked the field goal, missed the field goal on 4th and 1. You can't do that when you're Aiden O'Connell and the Raiders facing the Chiefs. That pretty much shifted the game big time right there. And I still think the Raiders get another QB next year. Aiden did look fine, but I don't see them keeping him. I just don't see it.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what their options are. But I wouldn't see them. I mean, he's getting a shot. Like we talked about, these guys get very short leashes, and you get a small sample size to prove what you got. And he hasn't exactly lit the world on fire. And he has weapons enough for a rookie.
Yeah, he does
to do it.
Yeah.
Adams, Jacobs, and Jacoby Myers that's weapons.
Renfro's coming back to life. Renfro really has came back to life recently.
the definition of life there. All right. I mean, compared to
4 catches, 38 yards.
7.8 points.
Yeah.
He's come back to life.
Compared to the beginning of the year.
There's our second. Our first clue is going to be Johnson. Our second clue is going to be the Undertaker's hand through the grave right there. All right. The game we haven't talked about yet, before we get to the big Bills Eagles, Rams and Cardinals. The big takeaway from this one, Mr. Kyren Williams comes back and dominates. He's the running back 1 on the week with 38 points. Let me get to the stat line: 16 carries for 143 yards, 6 catches for 61 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Is this the new normal? Is Kyren Williams going to be a guy, or is this just called playing the Arizona Cardinals?
Should have been Cam Akers.
Could have been.
Stupid Sean McVay.
I don't even know. I haven't really watched a lot of the Rams games. I just know that Matthew Stafford is a great quarterback. At least that's what I'm told all the time.
Every week.
I hear that all the time about how great he is. But I don't know. Maybe he's a thing. Maybe he's a new hot running back. I don't know. He's only 23. So
all right.
A quick Google search on Kyren Williams. You know how Google suggests other things. The first 3 things: how much does Kyren Williams weigh? How good was Kyren Williams in college? What nationality is Kyren Williams? Anybody guess?
I don't know.
No, I don't. No,
it's like
it's American.
Up here. It's what?
American.
Yes. American. Yes. I mean, that's going to be some substantial searches to get into the autofill. I mean, that's going to happen quite a bit. All right. Hey, Kyren Williams is our trade for target. Let me explain the rules of this, since some of our KDFL mates have been confused about what this is. This isn't if you're the Midnight Riders who happen to have Kyren Williams right now, unless we want to flip it and get that specific. This is you are a middle of the road team, and would you make this move going forward? All right. So there's some confusion around that within.
And it's always a super flex league too.
It's always a super flex. Yes. Middling contender. I'm gonna start above them for what the values are, and you tell me you want to keep Kyren. You have him right now. Keep him or trade him for this. We're going way out. First off, 2026 first. Early first. I'm sorry, early first.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
I think I would do it because by the time you get to it, you could flip the. I think I would do it because the time you get to 2026, you've already got 2 more years of usage out of him.
Hold on, you're doing what? You're taking him?
I am trading him for the 2026 early first.
Oh, so far
you confused me how you said that, Brett.
You always have the guy when we do this talk. This is episode 14, and we still have
you
always have the guy.
You said you would. I know, but you said you would trade him for the pick, and you'd get another 2 years out of it. That didn't make any sense.
You know what? That was an idiotic thing to say, and I was completely wrong. I'm sitting there thinking, I have it in my head, like I can hold him until.
Yeah.
Am I right, Matt?
Yeah, that was stupid. I jacked that up. My fault. If you have the pick, though. Okay.
You're not holding on to him. You're good at taking the pick.
I'm trading
2026 first, so far away.
I think
he's nothing right now. I'm not with some of these league members. You offer me later for picks. I do not care. They are meaningless to me.
Man, I don't plan on being alive. Who knows if I'm alive by the way?
Yeah. Oh, World War III.
We're not even allowed to trade out that far.
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
We can only do
3 years is the max.
I thought we changed it to 2.
Oh, we might have. I don't know. But again, this is obscure. All right, let's roll that way because that went about as poorly as it could have went. Let's reel this in a little bit. 2020, my dumb brain really jacked that one up. 2025 mid first.
I'm trading him.
I don't
trust the Rams. I don't trust McVay.
Well, it's funny we say middle first. How do we even know? Like you said,
this
early
is middle first.
Okay. I don't know.
I got one more, and then we're getting into players where you can see where this is stepping. The 2024 late first. This would be the immediate cash in.
I think I'm trading it because I'm kind of liking this draft class that's coming out.
I'm trading him away.
Oh, I'm keeping him for that. Okay.
I don't trust the Rams. I don't trust McVay with anybody.
He's on such a cheap deal.
He's dead to me.
All right, now we'll get some players. Josh Jacobs.
Middle of the road.
Radio.
How old was Josh Jacobs?
24.
How old is Josh Jacobs? He's 25.8. I love the way Keep Trade Cut does this. 25.8.
for Jacobs. I'd trade him for Jacobs.
You would take Jacobs?
I probably would too. I don't know where Jacobs will be next year.
Yeah, what the heck?
Again, I don't trust the Rams.
And you trust the mystery box team, whoever this might be?
I said I'm trading. I'm keeping Kyren.
Oh, okay.
Over Jacobs. That's what I was saying.
What? You said you don't trust the Rams. I love this.
I know, but I don't know where Jacobs will be next year.
This is great. This is so great.
So
this segment is going so good.
It's going great. I got us. This is my fault. I got us off the bat with the dumb logic my head took off with. On the
I need that Homer Simpson gif. This is going great.
There's clue 3. All right. I don't like this one. Keenan Allen. I don't like that.
No.
I'll keep going.
Yeah.
All right. Would you? Okay. Here's the fun one. Jared Goff.
Yes, I'd trade Goff.
You would
super flex.
You're going. You two are going after Goff.
I would take Goff. Okay. Yes, I'd take Goff.
Just tell me who you take. Just tell me who you take. For the love of God. Okay. Here's a fun one as well. This is just the way it fell. Bryce Young.
As as the owner.
Yeah. Oh, wait till you get the next one, Detroit. Keep going.
I'll take
Yeah.
Bryce Young.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I might take a chance on Bryce Young.
All right. Next. Jordan Love.
I'm taking Jordan Love. I know I'm probably in the minority there, but
I mean,
the starting quarterback.
he's looked
looked
better. He's looked
he's
better
looked
the
better.
past few weeks. I think I'm taking Jordan Love.
Okay. All right. Devontae Adams is next. Now we're slightly below Kyron's value. Very slightly. It's almost
Devontae's
dead
old.
even.
Yeah,
I'm
Okay.
taking Kyren.
All right. Austin Eckler. I think you would go Kyron.
Kyren.
This guy seems to have hit the cliff.
You
Eckler.
think?
Yes.
Yeah,
There are
can't run
videos
now.
mocking
13
how
miles an
slow
hour.
he is.
13 miles an hour. You can run faster than that, Detroit.
Oh, can we try this? Can we get this man near the? Is there any construction
Yes.
going around in Elkview? Can we get you past the speed sign, Michael Scott style? That might be the actual preview. Yeah, Michael Scott. What's he run, like 29 or something like that?
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact. That's the new number. All right. Javonte Williams.
No.
I love the yes no. What
Not
does
good.
that mean? You're keeping Kyron, okay? Right.
Yeah, I'm keeping him.
Okay. Last one, and we'll get out of here
I think-
on this. Debo
Think
Samuel.
Debo's
old
still
is
pretty
Debo?
young, ain't he?
That's what I was
Debo
thinking.
he's 28 practically.
Yeah. He's such a swift arming knife, and he's like always hurt though.
He is always hurt. Yeah.
I don't know. I'll flip a coin.
I think I'd go Kyren. Only because Debo stays injured.
Your initial gut
And-
is to go Debo, but I think it might not be the right call in this situation because of the
He's-
injuries.
Yeah, I think I'm keeping the running back for sure.
Okay. That's fine. We recovered. Once we got the players, once my brain didn't malfunction on how the picks worked. That was so stupid. Once we got the players, we got back in the saddle there. All right. Let's talk Bills Eagles. Great game.
Yes, let's
Phenomenal
do it.
game.
Loved it.
I don't have a lot from the Eagles side. I mean, Jalen Hurts looked good, turns it on late. The tush push is unstoppable still. Now, what you got, Detroit? You seem like you want to say something.
No, it was a great game. I may have watched a podcast earlier today that doesn't think that the Eagles are the best team in the league. I still believe they are, and they're going to prove it again this Sunday. You're not always going to win every game 30-3 or whatever. You're going to have shootouts sometime, and the weather conditions was great. I like this Eagles team. I really do. I mean, that's not really saying anything. They're 10-1,
Right.
but everyone was talking about Jalen can't throw the ball and all that. Come on, the weather was terrible.
Yeah.
He looked better in the second half, didn't he?
Yeah.
I thought
Eagles
he
are the
did.
team to beat.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I like the
but
run game. They're
I
tough.
was right about my prediction last week. The Bills were going to beat the Eagles, and they did not beat them. But the Bills should have won that game. I don't know. The Bills definitely should have won that game. The Bills seemed like the better team that game. But the Eagles won. They did win. I don't know. Just for whatever reason, the Eagles are really annoying me, and I can't explain why. Just the whole team. What happened to these fans? They just won the Super Bowl. How many years ago? Less than 5.
2017.
Something like that.
Like, why are they all so hurt? Like, what?
Yeah.
They're always
It's an angry
good.
bunch.
What the hell is wrong with them? I don't get it.
It's an
Like,
angry bunch.
You're always good. You're usually always good. You had the Andy Reid years. You didn't win the Super Bowl, but you had those years. You've been good for the past 20 years. And they just, I don't know. For whatever reason, I'm starting to really not like the Eagles.
Would I don't mean to shift it away from them, but with the Bills, Detroit, is there any chance, do you think, that the Bills move on from Sean McDermott?
I think they should. I
Really?
do. Yes. I mean, ever since that playoff loss in Kansas City, they've been slowly going down.
You're getting me right into the point I was making. I don't know what, when you lose a game like that with 13 seconds left and you have a chance on the road to beat a team with one loss, the NFC champion team, I don't know why you spend the timeout with the Eagles' previous possession. I don't know why you spend the time out there to ice that.
Yeah.
But you could have had 20 seconds. Josh Allen, Mr. Arm Cannon, and 2 timeouts, and instead you just kneel the ball. My point was, I don't know whose fault it was. If it's Tony Romo absolutely cracked me up saying they're worried about strip sack. No, what they're worried about is the turnover machine himself doing it again and giving it, interception, giving it to the other team in an interception. But I don't know who to blame. I'm guessing McDermott ultimately makes that call to kneel the football. My whole point was, you're not doing that with Rodgers. You're not doing that with Mahomes. You're not clearly not doing it with Mahomes, as he did it to you in 13 seconds. I just think it's just like, either we have to take Allen out of this discussion of this. He played phenomenal. But either we have to take him out of these expectations of this all-time elite quarterback, or McDermott's got to. It's like, that's bonehead.
Yeah, I think they're now 0-5 since they changed the playoff or the overtime.
Yeah, it's the famous stat going around this week. Yeah.
So,
Matt, would you move on from McDermott?
No, I think it's stupid. The Bills are good.
Matt just called me stupid.
Odds are plus 5,000 for the Bills right now. The Bills have lost. What are they? 6-6. Like, nobody would be shocked if the Bills won the Super Bowl this year. I don't think anybody would be shocked.
It was one of our picks. This guy for the Bills.
They lost to the Jets 22-16. The Jaguars 25-20. The Patriots 29-25. The Bengals with Joe Burrow 24-18. Broncos fluke last second 24-22.
It was 12 men
on
the
Eagles
field.
in overtime 37-34. They could have won every single one of those games. And then now we're firing their head coach. They could still win the Super Bowl. The Bills could.
All those losses made me think that you should fire the head coach, Matt. Just so you know, all those losses were bonehead stuff happening. It makes me think you should fire the head coach when you just broke it down like that.
They got their own bye, and then they got the Chiefs, and then the Cowboys.
No, they had their easy part of the schedule. It's awful now to go the rest of the way in. It would be somewhat surprising for them to.
I mean, $20 bet on the Bills to win the Super Bowl right now.
Okay. I just thought they were getting worse, but I just looked it up. They were 13-3 last year.
Yeah, they are good. They're good. Like, I don't see how you fire.
They have the illusion of their window closing.
Yeah, they do. They kind of do have that.
I don't understand that.
I also think Diggs. I don't think Diggs is going to be around.
That's why. That's the main. It's obviously not Allen. He's young
really
and extremely talented. So, okay, let's talk. Shift it back to the NFC, and let's talk this matchup. We'll talk about a little bit with the fantasy matchups when we go over the KDFL games. But this is the game I've been most outside of Atlanta games, which glutton for punishment. This is the game I'm most excited for. I'm sure it's the same for you two as well. The game I'm most excited for this season, outside of our favorite teams. The Eagles and the Niners, a rematch of last year's NFC Championship, which it's kind of hard to call it a rematch with what the Niners went through. But the thing is, the Niners are tired of that, are ready to get revenge for that. The Eagles are probably just as tired of hearing that. This fake win that they had.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to motivate them.
Yeah.
Where's the game?
Philly.
In Philadelphia.
It's the city of brotherly love.
It's this, as I said, you got to come back to the link.
Why is it
Why are the Niners a 3-point favorite? Is that what you're looking at right now?
No, I was saying the Chiefs are Sunday night. Who are the Chiefs playing? Sunday
The
night.
Chiefs
Who cares?
are.
I'm saying, like, why is this not the Sunday
Oh.
night game? That was my question.
I had this.
Probably one of those games at CBS, whatever, or at Fox.
Matt
decided
is
the
Matt
game
is a
went back
flex
up.
snob. He's a flex snob.
They don't flex shit. Get rid of
Is
it.
it-
Like,
How are
Well,
you
it's
gonna
only
flex
like-
out? How are you gonna flex out the Chiefs and Packers?
because the
Easy.
Chiefs are every damn week on prime time. Like, we don't need to see
It's
them
like
every
Super
week.
Bowl 2 through 6 or 1 through 8 was this matchup. This was like Hogan main eventing. This is
I
the
think it
Super
was
Bowl.
One Super Bowl. One
I
Super
think-
Bowl. Super Bowl
I think it's 2.
2.
Yeah, I think it's 1.
Yeah, Super Bowl 2.
I was looking this up. The Eagles and the Niners are 3rd and 4th in time of possession this year. So throwing that worthless stat out there.
Something's got to
Ah.
give.
Yep.
Random stat. Well, it's not random. CMC is first in rushing. Do you all know who number 2 in the league is in rushing?
Oh, I just saw this. Oh,
Detroit. Do you know? Brad, don't say it because you might come back to your mind.
I'm going with. Gosh, I don't know.
Who do you
DeAndre
got?
Swift.
Who? No, he's 4th.
who did he guess?
DeAndre
Swift.
Swift.
I want to say ETN.
I would have never guessed this. Never. I don't have
Who?
this guy in my league, so no idea.
I said ETN,
said
but I'm
ETN.
completely wrong.
Oh no, it is Raheem Mostert.
Oh, I should know that.
785 yards, 13 touchdowns.
Yeah, he was a river rat.
Dolphins are ridiculous.
Anyway.
Ridiculous.
HM was leading. I forget how many people he was still leading in yards. It was pretty impressive how many people he was still leading in yards for not having played for so many weeks because he had those explosion games. It may have been average or fantasy points or something like that. Because yeah, but I mean, Matt just derails us. Goes to Mostert out of nowhere. We're talking about Eagles and Niners. This
Hey,
man just
CMC's first in
Mostert's us.
rushing yards, so
Yeah, he did start it out with CMC, Brett.
yeah, so it
He
was
did.
relevant.
Okay.
Who you guys want to win that game?
Want
I
to
hate them
win?
both. Nobody. 0-0.
You know what? I honestly do not give a crap who wins this game. It's not a hate thing. I just don't.
I want
Both
the
fan
fans
bases are
fight
going to
each
be
other,
annoying.
and they cancel the game.
Oh yes, both fan bases drive me nuts.
Fan
What was that? Fat boy. What? Roger the slip.
Yep.
I said bases.
Yeah.
Few
Definitely
stabbies
two
are going to
least
happen this
favorite.
Sunday. Hell, I can feel it.
I did like the Eagles player that said, you're going to come back in because they asked Debo, all that stuff, if he regrets what he said about Bradbury, which, he's obviously not going to walk that back. And I like the Eagles player that said, I love when people say, just roll the ball out, let's play. I love when they say it. It's always been one of it's the reverse, whatever the reverse of a pet peeve is. It's always been one of my favorite things to say about the game. Throw the ball out, let's play. I love it. It's a little weird thing about me. I love when players say that. So that was cool to see. Today was the first day I thought about it from the Eagles' perspective. Of I'm actually tired of hearing about how we didn't deserve to win when we were as dominant as we were.
Yeah. Do you believe
So-
there's a horseshoe up the Philadelphia's? You know what?
No, every team that dominates. What team? Name me a dominant team. Or
I was gonna say
name me
the
a team
Chiefs
that
have
hasn't
it right
won
now,
a
too.
lot. Yeah, name me a team that hasn't won that has won a lot. That people say that team is just a good team. Fundamental football, they don't get lucky or get the calls at all. The Patriots, the Chiefs, the Niners to an extent, the Eagles, the Cowboys back in the day. I guarantee back in the day, if Twitter existed, the Cowboys run would have been insane with how awesome the calls they were getting.
Yep. I agree with that 100%.
It just comes with it. It just comes with it. Now, the roughing the passer call on Allen, that was something. That was a pretty bad call against the Eagles. But hey, if you see, y'all will love this, you two Herps. You'll love this. The freaking there's a Josh Allen flop video montage. It's like 2.5
That's
minutes
all.
long.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
LeBron-esque, they say.
Yeah, exactly what I was about to say.
It's just this
LeBron
giant
esque.
man of a quarterback acting like he's getting shot with a 50 cal. All right. All right, that's it for the NFL recap. Yeah, we did a tight 4-5 on that NFL, on those NFL recaps. We'd like to see it. All right. Mr. Matt, do you have
Ricky?
your awesome
How
segment?
many of these have we done? We've done.
Let's see. So both quarterbacks, Marvin Harrison, Brock Bowers. I
And
think
Brock
is number
Bowers.
5.
That's it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, this next one, he fits the mold of a day one draft pick, especially if he maintains his form.
I love the build up to these.
He's projected as high impact C receiver, able to contribute instantaneously to pro offenses. He's not the most towering figure out there, but his combination of fluidity with game breaking ability, I think he's close to Marvin Harrison Jr., honestly. And his stats this year are ridiculous. I just had it. Hold on. Got sidetracked by Raheem Mostert. So
You did. I'm glad you didn't just sidetrack us, but yourself as well.
He 86 catches this year, 1,546 yards, 14 touchdowns, an average of 18 yards per carry, or 18 yards per catch. Do we know who we're talking about?
Neighbors?
Anybody? Yes, Malik Neighbors, LSU wide receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, besides, it's kind of hard. Like, if you get him or Marvin Harrison, I think you're going to be pretty happy with your draft, with your first round picks. Yeah, where are my? Hold on.
I feel like we're falling into this again with me. I just wanted to declare right now, I am obsessed with Neighbors. Just so y'all know. All right.
Okay, yeah. So all right.
He is one of my
So just
one of
looking
the
at
guys
top,
for me.
I won't name them all, but top 20 wide receivers currently, and I'm doing a different one again. Malik Neighbors or DJ Moore.
Neighbors.
Oh, can I start out here real quick by saying something?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, I haven't even seen this guy play one down this year.
Yes, I love the best part. The best part is making sure we know. Just making sure we know. Didn't even didn't try to fumble through it. Walks into the exam room, Mr. Teacher.
I'm gonna be honest.
I haven't studied a damn bit for this.
I really haven't watched a lot of college football this year, except for Michigan, and some West Virginia games. So
just picture it's another tall, huge. It's another big old LSU wide receiver. Just picture that.
Okay. Well, the River Rats are very desperate for wide receivers. So
he's currently 20 years old.
Yeah.
21, July 28th. So he'll be very young at the draft this year.
All righty. And you said DJ Moore?
Yeah, or DJ Moore.
I'll probably take this kid because I still don't know who Chicago's quarterback is going to be.
I mean, we don't know where this
6
guy's
foot, 200
going
pounds. So he's not humongous. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds.
Yeah, he's not, but he's still a beast.
Yeah.
Let's see. Very first mock draft that I pull up.
I will say while you're pulling it up, obviously to me, I don't care where Marvin Harrison goes. He's going to go in our draft where he goes. This matters a little bit. He's probably still going to go high, but the landing spot is a little bit more crucial to pay attention to. Yeah, well, he's number 4.
According to CBS, he is going to the Titans. So it's probably going to be the Titans, the Giants. I doubt the Falcons do it.
Please no. Please stop doing
Patriots, doubt they do it either. The Commanders, the Bears. The Bears could do it. The Bears have 2 pick. Not the Bears first overall, but they're
right.
Well, I'm still taking a chance with this kid.
I love it. Detroit's so sold on this guy.
Brett?
With DJ Moore, yeah. I get DJ Moore out of here. Tired of that.
Cooper Kupp, he's old.
Yeah, give me him. Give me Neighbors.
DJ Moore is still only 26 points.
No, he's not old. DJ Moore's not old. I'm tired of the if he only had this, if he only had that. But he's had a solid season, but it's just always the
Drake.
I'm worried. I think I'll take Neighbors.
Give me Neighbors.
Brett said Neighbors too.
Yeah, I love London, but yeah, give me Neighbors.
Puka.
I go Neighbors.
Can we talk about how Puka has become irrelevant the past?
Strong words. This is such strong wording. I mean, he's falling off a little.
You want to look at it?
I mean, I've seen it, but I mean, I don't know exactly where he's
on
at
the Lumberjacks,
now.
right?
He is on the
He's
Lumberjacks.
a lumberjack. Right?
He's not relevant. 27 yards last game, 70 yards a touchdown.
I don't know why we got to drag Puka.
That's all right for the Seahawks. 32 yards,
Matt's
43
right.
yards.
He's not wrong.
Dude is dead now.
He's a wide receiver 10 on the season.
One hit wonder.
That's what it just.
One hit wonder.
Right. I just said that, right.
He's had 3. Did you? I was looking at it. He's had.
He's done.
One game in double digits for the last 3.
The captain in this league should trade him for like a 5th round pick. I'll give him a 5th round pick for Puka.
I like it.
I don't know that he's the 15th ranked dynasty wide receiver based on
because you've seen like
splash that he had at the beginning of the year.
Because you've seen it.
What, the splash and then they're dead?
Yeah, you've seen it. I mean, you've seen it on an NFL field, so he's going to stay up there.
I don't know. Anyway, so we're keeping Puka?
Yeah, no, Neighbors.
No, I'm going Neighbors.
T. Higgins.
Neighbors.
I feel like we're too low on T. Higgins, but I'm still going Neighbors. But I feel like we're too low on T. Higgins.
Isn't Higgins always hurt too?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
and the not knowing where he's going to be is what sucks.
I do think Higgins will be wide receiver 1 wherever he goes next year.
Yeah, but again, I hate to always mention this man's name, but Peerless Price. This is what happened.
Brandon Ayuk.
I'm
keeping Ayuk, I think. Yeah.
Metcalf.
Such a hater of Metcalf. I've always hated him.
Who has Metcalf now?
I'm taking Neighbors.
I'm taking
Wampus
Neighbors
Cats
as well.
has Metcalf.
Who traded Metcalf to the Wampus Cats?
They've had him forever.
But they're like me. They like to trade a lot. So
you are the reason he has
from you all.
I said Neighbors. I said Neighbors.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Neighbors.
Devontae Smith. What do you say?
He's number 18.
I'm keeping Devontae, I think. I don't know actually.
Yeah, I think I'd keep him.
Devontae's 25.
Yeah, he's young in a great spot. I would I'll keep Devontae. Because of I'm picturing Neighbors on the Titans right now. And I'm seeing Treylon Burks and all this stuff. Like, I'm worried.
But you do have the legend Will Levis that I told you not to give up on.
That has fallen off a cliff, by the way.
He's fine.
He's awful.
I'm skipping Stephon Diggs, 30 years old.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle.
I would take Waddle. Oh, I don't know. I said that kind of fast.
I think I'm going Neighbors.
I'm taking Waddle just because I think Tyreek Hill's going to retire. He said he's done.
Tyreek Hill is about to be 30. Yeah.
He said he's going to retire. So I'm like,
I think at the end of his contract, which is like another 2 years or something.
Yeah.
Chris Olave.
I would go Neighbors.
I got to keep Olave.
I just don't know what's going to happen there. I don't know at all.
Yeah, I think I keep Olave.
Tyreek Hill.
How you gonna skip? How you gonna skip somebody from being 30 and Tyreek skip 30?
Yeah, I'll skip Tyreek. Yeah, he's 30. Garrett Wilson.
Oh, I'm taking Neighbors.
Taking Neighbors because that situation again.
I mean, Garrett could have been like wide receiver 1 this year.
But you're only going to get one more of those at most.
No, so they're just not going to have a QB after this year. After Rodgers leaves.
Before, give me 15 years before Rodgers. Where you got Christian Hackenberg?
All right, the top 5. I don't think you're going to take the top 5.
See, there's a difference. Not to cut you off, but this is where Marvin Harrison jumped into.
Justin Jefferson.
Marvin Harrison is where he dabbled into.
Are you taking him over any of those guys? AJ Brown and Monroe. CD,
The only one would be
Jamar Chase.
Detroit knows the only
Jefferson.
one that it would be Amon Ra.
No way.
I'm not. But that's the only one that would be up for consideration of the top
AJ
5
Brown
guys.
is 26.4. He's
Yeah.
older than. I guess he got drafted later. I don't know.
I mean, you drafted him in
he's been in the league.
2019.
Yeah, but how long? When did CD get drafted? CD's a year and a half.
CD
almost
got
2 years
drafted in
now.
2020 draft, the next year.
All right, how about this guy? Wide receiver 9, Mike Evans.
The guy will not
I mean,
die.
I would go Neighbors, but Evans has been
Yeah.
very strong.
I think I would too.
I want to see where Puka is ranked this time next year. Mark it down. He's ranked 15th wide receiver dynasty right now. Let's see where he is this time next year.
So you're on.
All right,
We got
he's
different.
stamping for it.
I'm on draft. I just do it. I did a different one. Draft short.
Yeah, I got. He's 36 though. Well, no, he's 36 overall. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I'm wrong on this. He's 14th wide receiver. You're right.
Yeah, so
He's 36 overall. Is it nobody? Neither of you would take. What about Addison or Tank Dell? Both of you would go Neighbors.
They're not top. They're not. These guys aren't top 20. That's why I didn't pick them.
I think I'd keep him.
I'm not taking Tank Dell over him. No.
Tank Dell is a stud.
Addison. I don't know. No, I'm not taking that. I don't know.
I'm keeping Addison.
Who's their
All
QB?
right. Yeah.
Joshua Dubs.
Mr. But he had 4
You know
picks
what?
yesterday.
I'm pretty mad. I'm pretty mad at myself because usually I'm pretty good on the memes and the internet jokes and stuff like that. And somehow I didn't see the Pastronaut being turned into the ass Turnaut when he plays bad. I didn't see that one coming. Caught me off guard. It was pretty hilarious.
Fan of the podcast, Keegan, says, who would have thought Josh Dobbs getting 4 interceptions last night? Who had that on their list?
Like everybody has, like he's done that everywhere he's gone so far. He starts out good and craps the bed.
I mean, yeah.
And yet they
All right.
almost won.
I told you I was another ricochet. The first time the Bears have won without scoring a touchdown since the 93 Falcons. Another ricochet again. This team, I hate it. Okay, are we ready for KDFL? Another great segment, Matthew. Another great segment. All right, let me get Matt ready here. Buy Matt time to get his stuff pulled up. Vamping.
I got nothing pulled up.
All right. Well, we're as professional as it gets this week. I'm telling you. All right. Here we go.
For the people.
For the
All right.
people.
Ready?
KDFL week 12. Take it away, Zinful.
All right. We start out with the Cross Vegas Gamblers traveling to Nocatee in the bubble against the Zen Masters. Cross Vegas was projected to lose by 15. Even the Zen Masters were a little arrogant last week. We see what happens, though. Desmond Ritter comes out strong, scoring 9 total points for the Cross Vegas Gamblers, along with their other great QB, Tommy DeVito's, getting 11. But that was all a tease as Khalil Mack came through with 23 points on the night, leading their way for them as the Zen Masters get another lackluster performance by Lamar Jackson with 16 total points. Trevor Lawrence came through with 25, but the rest of the team, including the great, amazing Detroit Lions kicker Riley Patterson, scoring -1 points. Zen Masters fall apart. Last place in the league. Playoffs season is over. Cross Vegas Gamblers win, going 217 to 192. Record 4-8. The Zen Masters are 3-9.
Next, we have the current number 1 team in the KDFL, the St. Albans Sinners, heading south to take on the struggling Wake Forest Lumberjacks. The Sinners get strong outings from everybody on the roster, pretty much. Had 5 guys going over 20 points. Mike Evans with a strong 25. Pollard with 22. The Lumberjacks only got 1 player that really did anything on their team, and that was Bijan Robinson with 27 points. The St. Albans Sinners win by 100 points, 292 to 192.
All right. We head to Elkview next, where the River Rats try to cling on in the division, hosting the defending champion Evil Empire. Hurts and Stroud combined for a nice 69 points to get the Evil Empire off and rolling. And as predicted on this podcast, the Love and Watson connection goes over that 45 line we set for 49 points of their own. Javon Holland tries to keep the River Rats in it with 22 points, but it's not enough as my main man, Jesse Bates, pours in 34 for the Evil Empire, and they cruise to an easy victory, 252 to 190.
Next up, we got the Hurricane Wombats Cats traveling to Melbourne Mega Powers in a much-needed victory. Needing a much-needed victory for the playoffs this year. Justin, 30-31 record overall. Herbert comes in with 13 points overall. Followed by Kyler Murray getting 21 points for the Wampus Cats. But Dak Prescott having a monster Thanksgiving Day with 36 points overall. And offensive player for the Melbourne Mega Powers, Nico Collins, scoring 23 points. The Mega Powers continue their hot streak, winning 256 to 224. Mega Powers now 5-7. Wampus Cats fall to 6-6.
Next, we have the Dogtown Dobermans heading over to take on Roxelana Renegades in a matchup of two of the original OG City of Gardens. Did I get that right?
You did.
Dumbarians, whatever you want to call you guys.
And you followed up with Dumbarians for some reason. But yes.
I don't know. I had to butcher something. I don't think I butchered anything yet. So
yeah, you're good.
I had to keep it going there. Anyways, the Dobermans get a monster game out of Josh Allen with 41 points, 31 from Christian McCaffrey. He just had his defensive players just went off this week. 25, 22, 15, 17. While the Renegades, they did have a couple good scores. Jared Goff, 20, Jonathan Taylor, 21. But it just wasn't enough as the Dobermans put over 300 points and win 315 to 226.
All right. In our week 12 game of the week, it is the Kanawha County Kings visiting the Marmet Midnight Riders. Bobby Okereke starts things off for the Kings with a 28, and Josh Jacobs against the Chiefs helps pour in 23 of his own. The aforementioned Kyren Williams leads all scorers for the Midnight Riders with 38 points. And Tyreek Hill on that beautiful Friday night game gives us 27. And it is the newly acquired Patrick Mahomes who puts on 23 points himself. And the Midnight Riders, who are surging, get the victory 279 to 229. And with that win, the Midnight Riders, along with the St. Albans Sinners, have clinched a playoff berth in this year's KDFL playoffs. And that is it for your week 12 results. Let's throw the predictions up on the big board now. It was not a pretty week for us fine gentlemen. Detroit and myself go 3-3. Matt somehow miraculously goes 1-5 on his KDFL picks, falls back under 500 on the season as I remain 4 games back from Detroit.
How is that possible?
And boys, take a look at those NFL picks. This is where you come for the wisdom around the league as we go a whopping 0-6 on our dogs and locks. Now, the one highlight, the Stealing Money Parlay wins back-to-back weeks and improves to a 500 record. All right, back to us now, and let's go ahead, and we're going to do this flawlessly. Me and Matt did it flawlessly last week, and we are going to share, and there we are. We're on to week 13. All right, so nice. We're going to start off with I tried to do the games of consequence, but what I've done this time is we have obviously there's 6 games, 2 from each division of division mates going against each other. So we will cover the Mega Powers and Sinners division first. And because this game has only a very huge long shot of mattering at all as far as playoff berths, we'll start with this one. It's the 5-7 Mega Powers taking on the 9-3 Sinners. Detroit, take it away.
Yeah, your team has played a lot better the second half of the season. You're actually favored right now, but it looks like because he's got a couple guys that are on bye, so he hasn't fixed his roster. Thanks a lot, LJ. Come on, get with it, buddy. Anyways, looking at some of these matchups though, I'm really not looking at his team. I'm not liking a whole lot.
We say this every week with this team.
Yeah, but I always
Every
take them.
Yeah, it's true.
But I'm going with the upset this week. Give me the Mega Powers.
I'll say it again. The Centers better hope they win this year because this team is
Every
not
week we
good
do
for the future. They're not. I don't get it. 9-3 amazes me. Blows my mind. But he's 9-3 and I'm 3-9, so that explains a lot.
Senators have also locked up the bye, just for the record. I know I said the playoff berth, but they have a bye.
Well, the Centers have nothing to play for this week, so the Mega Powers win this one. Go 6-7.
Sam, look at this. I just want to see if Mr. Dak Prescott. We've talked about ad nauseum on this podcast. The fact that he has a beautiful array of games to end the season, and it has paid off. He's QB3 on the year. So we're going to see who gets the most of that matchup between Dak and Tony Pollard on the Centers side. Mega Powers are going on a heck of a run now that it won't help us at all. That's always nice to see. I think 5-1 in their last 6, but I got to stay with us. I'm never going to pick the Centers over the Mega Powers. So we have a nice consensus Mega Powers pick. What could possibly go wrong? All right. Next, we're going to go to Hurricane. And it's the 4-8 Lumberjacks traveling to the redundant saying Hurricane again to take on the 6-6 Wampus Cats. The Wampus Cats reeling after a loss of a game that they could really not afford to lose last week right here in Melbourne. Go ahead, Detroit.
Yes, I'm really needing the Wampus Cats to make the playoffs because I currently own the Kings first round pick next year. So Wampus Cats, I need you to step it up. Like I said earlier, the Lumberjacks have been struggling. They're pretty much a one-man team. Is A-Chain even going to play this week?
Yep, missed it. A-Chan.
I know it's A-Chan. I'm just saying it on purpose. So looking at the Wampus Cats matchups, the Justin Herbert against New England should be fun. Not really. I just had to say that because Matt's on here. But anyways, I don't know. I'll just give you the Wampus Cats.
Wampus Cats, I'm assuming, will be picking up 2 defensive positions. The stupid Week 13 with 6 teams on bye.
Ridiculous.
Absolutely awful. NFL should not. I don't get it. There's 32 teams in the league, 2 teams above weeks 5 through 13 would be almost 20 teams, right? I don't know. That would be 6. You never need more than 4 teams on bye in 1 week. I don't understand it. Why the NFL ever has 6 or more than 4. You should never have more than 4 teams on bye. Just take off week 9 if you're going to do that. Give week 9 off for everybody. Anyway, so yeah, the Lumberjacks are terrible. What have they done the past? Didn't they start like 3-1 or something? They're 4-8 now. Okay.
Like me.
So I've at least sucked all year, happily. So
Lumberjacks,
they had some false hope at the beginning of the year. But Wampus Cats, they pick up their defensive guys. I don't think it'll be very close. Wampus Cats get the much needed victory.
Yeah. I agree. We said it before, either do the universal bye, which they won't do for TV rights, but that would give us the President's Day Super Bowl weekend, which would be absolutely humongous, or do the bye weeks by the divisions and have it just right in the middle of the season. But the main thing I'm looking at this, Mr. Jaden Reed has come on somewhat strong. Look at these last 3 games, 19.4, 19.9, and 15.0. He's had 5 of the last 6 games have been in double digits. So I want to see if that can progress because he seems to be partly responsible. Him and Jordan Love getting a nice little connection there. So I want to see how that handles. I also want to see if Bijan continues to get more usage. That's a tough matchup versus the Jets. But I do agree with you two. Lumberjacks are absolutely reeling. So give me the Wampus Cats in a must-win game for Hurricane. All right, now we're gonna go to Elkview. We're shifting to the another division now. It is the Gamblers being hosted by the River Rats. Take it away, Detroit.
Yes, the River Rats, we are on a 6-game losing streak. Things have been pretty bleak here in Elkview. But I have seen some life out of Jordan Love. Gibbs has been pretty good. As we all know, I have the worst wide receivers in the entire league. As for the Gamblers, just don't know about their quarterback situation there. Look at those 2 quarterbacks he started.
It's Ritter versus the Jets, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I know that ESPN has his offensive players as the edge here this week, but I'm not buying it. We're going to rally this week. We're going to end that losing streak. Give me my River Rats.
I want to see what Gino does against the Cowboys. Is he's had a pretty rough lately, has he not? I mean, the Gamblers did all right last week. I know because I watched the team. Curtis Samuel came through. Jalen Warren's been pretty damn good lately. But yeah, Desmond Ritter and Bailey Zappi at QBs. Too bad Aiden's not there. Aiden's on bye this week.
That's the savior.
Yeah. Ugly overall. Nobody's watching this game. This is going to be a 1 p.m. game that is not on any channels, networks. Give me the River Rats to win.
This one's on True TV. Right after Silk Stockings after Monday Night Raw on USA circa 1996.
I was gonna say it's like those 4:00 games where like it's only being shown in the home markets.
Oh yeah. They have blacked out this game unless in Elkview. You got to come to the stadium, people. You got to support your River Rats. What am I looking at for this game? It's what you said. It's Jordan Love. I just mentioned Jalen Reed. I want to see if Jordan Love can keep it going. Zach Moss is in line to get a start again with Jonathan Taylor likely out for a couple weeks, so that'll be interesting. I just can't. I can't do it with the Gamblers. I told you I gave up on this. Now the Gamblers do have an outside shot if they go 2-0 of their last 2, and the Evil Empire go 0-2. That includes a Gamblers win over them. That gets the Gamblers in, the Evil Empire out. So that's just a tiny thing to watch in this one. But we need Nakati to come through on the Evil Empire side as well for that to happen.
Good luck.
Speaking of that said game, let's roll to it right now. Let's go. Oh, picking the River Rats, obviously. Let's go to what a projection here. Let's go to the Zen Masters traveling.
Can we show the bench Empire for a second?
We will show the bench. Let's show the bye weeks. Is that what you want?
Yes, the bye weeks.
The Jericho scroll move list.
What a way.
A lot of wrestling references this show. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. That's got to be.
I don't know what you'll do without Divine Diablo in their lineup this week, but we'll see.
14 buys? Well,
Yes,
15 because he's got a linebacker in right now that's on a bye.
Yeah, I do. I might just keep him in. I have no reason to drop anybody.
Wow.
So I think this is my team that you're looking at right here.
All right, I don't think I've ever seen a projection this low in this league. 168 points. There's really nothing to say. Just give me the Evil Empire and let's just move on.
Usually the projections are a little optimistic, at least.
I mean, the guys that are on bye are pretty much my starters too. So
right.
But yeah, Cal Phillips, Cal Phillips, Trey Palmer, Josh Kelly. This is your guys' time to shine. So if you want to be on the team next year, come through. It's just ugly. Probably gonna be 100-point difference on this game. Evil Empire win pretty easily. I did the scenarios for this. I mean, we do have a nice Jail McLaughlin sighting in the Evil Empire. I look at this game. Just show me what Jalen Hurts does against this Niners defense. I don't really care about the fantasy projection. Just see what it looks like. But that's all I got. Yeah, I got Evil Empire as well. Now, the main division,
the one causing all the fun in this season. It is the one with the Dobermans, Midnight Riders, Renegades, and Kings. And for our pre-main event, we are going to go to Marmet with the freshly playoff locked up Midnight Riders hosting the Renegades.
Yes,
ahead,
this is the division where no one is 500 or below. It's been strong all year. The Renegades are coming to town. Projections here only show that they have two offensive players that have an advantage, and that's Swift and Tua. But yet they have like every single defensive player but one. So this is going to be offense versus defense. But I just think the Midnight Riders are just too strong right now. And they are my pick to win it all. So I'm sorry, Midnight Riders. I'm not trying to get that black cloud over you guys over there, Marmet. But I'm a believer, and I think you guys are going to take this one. I don't want to say easy, but you're going to win.
How's that defense for the Saints? They're going to show up against the Lions, Jared Goff, David Montgomery. Saints D has not been very good lately, past few weeks. So I don't know. I mean, they could. Tua against the football team. Yeah, like Detroit's saying, the Midnight Riders is just too strong now. You got Mahomes on there too now. I got to go Midnight Riders.
Yeah, if I didn't like, there's two matchups that I really like. It's Debo against the Eagles with all that talk. I am sure they're going to try to at least get him the ball some. I love Mahomes getting Green Bay. Even love Najee getting Arizona. I never thought I'd talk about Najee having a great matchup again. I do believe in the Saints defense at home to play better. Yeah, I hate to agree again, but I'm going to have to go Midnight Riders getting the W. Now, for the game of the week, it is. We've done it now since week 8. We've done back-to-back games of the week. That's how it went for the same team. This week, it's the week 2 for the Kings. Detroit, this is a 0.7 projection matchup right now. There's still some lineup tweaking to do, but take it away with your predictions.
Yeah, I was just looking at his lineup, the Dobermans here, and they do not even have a backup tight end right now that can play. So they're going to have to pick up someone off the wire, which I'm looking in the highest projected tight end right now is like 5 points. Starting Jake Browning because they lost. Oh my gosh, why am I having a blank? Burrow. So the Dobermans are kind of reeling a little bit. I say that, and they won last week, I believe. They're going against that MVP candidate Brock Purdy and the Kanawha County Kings. CD Lamb's been strong for them. This is going to be a close one. I feel like I keep picking against the Dobermans, but I need them to win because I own the Kings pick, so I'm going to take the Dobermans this week.
Right.
Yeah, Jake Browning. Love to see it. Beat Kamara, CMC. Ridley, ever since Ridley joined the Dobermans, he's not had back-to-back good games. So Monday night, see how he does against the Bengals. Hopefully he keeps turning it up. Travis Etienne, strong start to the season. He has not been so hot as of late, if anybody's been paying attention for you non-Dalton Kincaid fans. Chris Olave, I guess he's playing for sure. He had a concussion. I guess he'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know why he's already back, like for sure. I thought it would be optimistic that he played, but they seem to have been lightening up on that, letting him back in quickly.
Yeah, good to see AJ Dillon getting a start for the Kings.
You'd love to see it. Yeah.
And the beautiful Derek Carr against the Lions. The Saints have to bounce back some. You think that Carr will have somewhat of a decent game. This is the toss-up. I will go Kanawha County Kings getting the victory.
Yeah.
All right.
Good call.
What is it, Detroit?
That's a good call since Doberman's only starting one quarterback, and that's Jake Browning.
One quarterback, and it's Jake Browning. I don't see. I don't like a lot of the Kings matchups. I don't know. The Kings let me down last week. We were in, Matt was in Dutch Hollow. We were all rallying around the Kings to get a victory for the City of Gardens, and it ended up going miserably. The Dobermans have been pretty red hot. So I don't know. Let's do it, Jake Browning. Let's see what you got. Let's get a win and see. But I'm gonna go with the Dobermans, which means I will not gain a single game on Detroit this week. We have all the same picks. I'm gonna have to get a little loose with it in the upcoming weeks. Real quick, playoff scenarios. Let's go to the standings. Mainly around this division here. The Midnight Riders can clinch the division and a bye. They've already got the playoff spot, but they can clinch a division and a bye with a win and a Doberman's loss. This is the week 14 matchup, Midnight Riders and Dobermans. So anything outside of that happens, that game is going to weigh pretty heavy, and it's going to flow probably into the game of the week as we wrap up our regular season. The Wampus Cats are one game behind the Renegades and the Kings. However, they do own the head-to-head tiebreaker. But what that means is we're running out of time. The Kings and or Renegades can clinch the playoff spot with a win and a Wampus Cats loss. So this is basically Wampus Cats have to get this W. I don't have to, but they would need the Renegades and Kings to lose out as well. So, all right, boys, let's stop sharing here. Back to us. That's it. That's it for this week. So, Detroit, you are back to make your picks, and you're done. We'll sign off. Take it away.
All right. Well, as I always start this off,
Jesus,
please don't gamble, people. If you can't afford it, don't do it. And as you look at our record last week, 0-6, you probably shouldn't be listening to us. So with that said,
wait a minute, real quick, didn't we tell people to invest their 401ks and their life savings last week as we go 0-6?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah, we did.
See, that's
ahead,
why I
Detroit.
tell you guys. But with that said, I believe I am 2-0 this year when I have picked against the Niners. So I'm going to do it again this week. My lock is the Eagles getting +3 over the Niners. And my upset is the Broncos over the Texans. And just want to say it's great to be back. And of course, as always, Brett, you suck.
All right. My log of the week. I really hope I lose this just for all you Justin Herbert fans. For the Chargers, -6 against the Patriots. If they can't beat the Patriots by a touchdown, Herbert, just get out of the league. Go be a basketball player or something. You're tall enough and big enough to do that. The upset is very obvious this week. There's one team that is not favored to win, and that is the New Orleans Saints beating the Detroit Lions. Going to happen. Disrespectful that they're at home and not the favorite to win. But anyway, and again, bet your life savings, your 401k, do it all. Why not? Probably going to lose it anyway. It's going to go to zero anyway. And so one
time for a simple quote.
One little quote. I was in West Virginia last week. Nice and cold. It's nice and cold here too. So just while our really are warm months, winter forms our character and brings out our best. So stay positive for the month, for these cold, dark days of winter. Every day will get a little longer. Starting December 21st, Christmas is coming. So be happy, everybody. That's it.
All right. All right. Looking at my picks, my luck. We're still been on this train. I'm not seeing how it's possible. I don't see how the Bengals keep us within 7.5 points in Jacksonville. So give me the Bengals. Give me the points. And for my upset, Jordan Love's been hot. Kansas City seems like a team that can be a little bit gettable, more so lately than years past. So give me the Packers outright beating the Chiefs for 3 points in our standings there. And the stealing money parlay, give me the Cowboys money line on Thursday, the Dolphins money line against the Commanders, and let me get the Bucks getting 6.5 versus Carolina. Wrap it all up, -144. And as always, follow the podcast on Twitter at KDFL Podcast. Also on our YouTube, in the description, you can click the link and follow along with the league. Watch us duke it out on Sundays. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video and subscribe to this channel. 1 week in the regular season left, boys, after this. So for Mr. Jonathan Detroit Haynes, for the Zenful Matt Smith, I'm Brett Steele, and we will see you here next week for the regular season finale preview on the KDFL Dynasty Football Podcast.